Hello. Hello. Johnny Prep here. Nice day, so thought I would come out, get a wee fire going, and get some bannock on the go. For those of you who don't know what bannock is, it's basically bread made with flour, bit of oil, salt. I've just dug in my fire pit. You've seen previously on a lot of my other videos. I usually dig a fire pit in. I didn't put it in this one because you'll probably get a bit bored on the side of me doing that. This is what I usually carry on me. It's a military issue entrenching tool. It's really good because it folds up. What you do is screw this down, and it basically folds back in on itself. So it's quite compact and easy enough to carry, and it comes with a wee pouch as well, just to keep it from damaging your bag. It is quite sharp, so you know it can be used as a chopping tool as well in certain circumstances. I used it here to chop roots. Where I am now, the ground's not the best for digging. I managed to find a wee spot. I was quite good to deturf the top of the soil, so I can just put it back on easy enough after, and it won't look like I've even been here. So that's the first thing I do when I'm getting the fire going, when I want to get at those embers, which I'll need for to cook the bannock. So it has been quite wet off late, so you know the wood may be a bit damp, but it seems quite sheltered in here, so it should be okay. So I'll go and gather some wood, and I'll get the fire going. I'll probably show you a video of that. You're probably sick of seeing that, but it's just good for you to see. You're getting the fire going with tinder, not the dating website, I mean actual starting fire tinder. So since the weather's been quite wet and a lot of the branches in the ground are wet as well and damp, it's good to use stuff like this. Dead standing, just snap straight off, and it's obviously dry, so it's quite good to use. You see that just snaps straight down. It's not going to damage the tree because it's already dead, the wood that is. Then I found a good wee hanger from a jacket there as well, so that's handy, and this stuff will burn really well. Videos you may see me sawing away. This is a silky saw. I think it's a pocket boy, I'm not sure if it's a folding silky saw. Fantastic bit of kit. I think I picked this up from a hire store, you know, a chainsaw sort of tree surgeon store, for about £30–35. It's amazing. It's so sharp, but it's very dangerous as well. They say that there's a lot more injuries with silkies than there is actual chainsaws, because you don't realise how sharp they are. And the old saying goes that with a silky, any other saw, it saws through the wood, but a silky just looks at the wood and it cuts. It is amazing. It's like going through butter, and it folds up quite neatly into my pocket. I just put a bit of paracord around the bottom, and I carry a carabiner here. Goes on the carabiner and goes in my map pocket. There's two positions you can utilise. It locks in position there, and then that's the secondary position if you want to get you're using a different platform. I mainly keep it like this, but it is really good bit of kit. You just have to be careful with it. And I may have explained previously on some of the videos about the step cut. It stops your saw from getting caught in the wood. So to stop your saw getting caught from going straight through with a compression, which will basically catch your saw, you just saw through sort of halfway, and then saw through, married up with the other side, about an inch up, even, and saw through the other way, and it'll just snap. You can either kick it or it'll snap itself, and it's what most tree surgeons will do. So that's easy. Right, so I'm going to look at splitting some logs in half here, just to get full use out of them really in the fire. So I'll use my knife, and I've just took a bit of a stick apart, or a hefty bit of wood there to use as a mallet to go straight through it. So I'll get to work. If you don't know why people take these rubber mallets with them when they go camping, bushcrafting, it's just completely pointless. Because you can always make one or use the butt of an axe or something. Just a waste of space really. So yeah, straight through. That one's a bit damp, so what I'm going to do is put that on the side of the fire to dry out. Just a wee tip. So I've got most of the wood cut, so I'm going to try and get some tinder to get it started. So there's a good bit of this lying around. It's just the bark that's coming off trees. I'm not sure what type of tree it is, but there's a lot of this lying about, and I can use this as a base to keep it off the ground, to put the tinder inside and get it going, and then place it in the fire and put the nest over it, and that'll just eventually catch fire as well, and obviously I'll keep the tinder closer together. So I'll collect a good bit of that, and I should be able to get the fire going. Midges are coming in quite bad, so I want to get this going as soon as I can to get rid of the midges. So I'll carry on collecting this, and then I'll get it going. So as you can see here, I've got my various bits of wood that I'm going to start the fire with. So we'll start off from left to right. I've got my tinder, again, not the dating website, the combustion to get the fire going. So I managed to get loads of silver birch bark. It was just peeling off the trees. It's quite in abundance here. And as I said before, there's a lot of this sort of bark that's fallen off, so I'll put it in that to use as my platform to get it started. I'll then move on to my nest, which is again silver birch. It's the wee dead bits that have fell on the ground. They're not quite dead, but they're just the wee stringy bits. There's loads of that lying around. Just really thin sticks, and you put that on top of your combustion source once you've got it going, and then you'll move on to slightly bigger sticks, mostly dead wood here, and then after that I'll move on to my big full bits of fuel, the main logs. I've got some here that I'm going to put around the side while they're burning, just to dry them out because it has been quite damp. But I'll probably need more logs than that, but this is just to initially get it going, and I can just keep adding to it. So I'm going to put like a base down first with some of the wood here, just so I can build a good bit of embers, and then I'll get it going, the tinder going on top of that bit of bark, put it on top of the log, put the nest on top of that, and then I'll just carry on adding to this with this wood here, and then obviously the bigger stuff goes on. The good thing to do with these twigs here is you can build a wigwam sort of shape over the top of the tinder nest if you get a chance to do that, or you could do the tinder within, build a wigwam of sticks, and that's a good way of starting a fire as well. When I say a wigwam, it's just like a wigwam sort of tent shape that you do with these sort of dead twigs here that are quite thin, and that's another good technique. But I think the nest is the most effective, putting that over the top, and it catches really fast, especially thin dry twigs like this. Another good thing that I carry on me as well, in an emergency, if it's been really wet for a few days, I carry loads of tin foil on me. You can lay that down flat on a wet surface, put your tinder down on that and your various items and get it going and keep it dry. It's a good wee thing to have really. Now this thermal rod I'm quite a big fan of. I picked it up in the Christmas market. Wasn't that expensive, can't remember how much it was, but it's just a bit of reindeer horn that they've put a thermal rod in. I think it's really good. I mean, I've got all the other sort of, you can't bend it ones you can get, but this one's just simple and it's really good, and you can make them yourself. Tinder ready. Dry. feeding it with this stuff here. So that was really flammable with throwing those sparks on. Good having that bark there because you can just lift it over, get our nest, just whack that straight over, and there's enough oxygen for that to get through there. So we'll start adding our slightly bigger sticks to the top of that. 3 for now because you don't want to smother it. Just keep building around it, and then hopefully get those embers soon. And that'll get rid of the midges as well. So we'll get our wet bits of wood and we'll just put it round the fire like so. As well, if you can get stones to go round the fire. But this is just to dry these off. But the stones trap the heat in if you have them. Just put them round. You'll have seen it before probably. You'll just put them round the fire and that traps the heat. Yeah, we can build some of that over the top. Like so. Food bag here. Got the spices. Salt, pepper, oil. And I've got my bag of flour. So I usually measure it in my mug, but we're just going to wing it today. Usually do about 2 cupfuls maybe. But you sort of just manage it yourself. With this method it doesn't really matter. I'm going to make a good bit of it, a good cake like so. Get my salt. Pepper. Put a bit of the spice in. Just a mixture of everything. I've got some oregano in here, mixed herbs, Cajun, paprika. Just came up with myself. It's got no name officially. Johnny Prep spice rack, a spoon. I'll mix that about. Add a bit of oil. Also good for your blade. Keep it clean right here. Lubricated. It's just hazelnut oil. It's good for cooking and it's good for keeping your tools good. So 2 taps there nearly. Rolling pin / pretzel and mortar, and we'll mix that round. Nearly. There we go. So that's your bannock on the metal plate. What we'll do is we'll push it in. Let's sort of give it its shape. I'll put the belly can over the top. And that will go in the fire. Be in there a bit. Metal plate in the belly can. Oh, that is hot. And I'll use iron to put them over the top, like so, and around the sides, like so. That should bake it. Nicely. And earlier on I went down and washed my stuff that had made the bannock in slightly dirty water, but I'm going to sterilise that now by putting it in the embers as well, like so. Essential bit of survival equipment. I think I need to get a new belly can because that's just basically warped from being used that much. They were quite cheap ones anyway. It's coming on nicely. Might just stick another bit of oil down on it. So there we go, there's our bannock. Smells amazing. You can smell those spices. That'll keep me going for a while. It's just like a wee cake pretty much, or a bit of focaccia bread. For roasting stuff. Hot off the coals. Slightly burnt around the edges, but I'm quite happy with that. That is absolutely amazing. And those spices really helped. Just my wee touch to it, but wow, that's amazing. I'm well happy with that. And that was simple. Sorry. I can't help it, so nice. That didn't take long. And I suppose you can use, you know, when you've finished your fire and you've got the embers. It doesn't take long at all, that's about 20-30 minutes. It's fantastic. I mean, there's the rest of it there. Slightly burnt on the outside, but honestly, it tastes absolutely amazing. I think it's quite hard not to get that burning on the outside. That's just the bottom really, but look at that. That's fantastic. I'm going to have another wee bit actually. And the rest is going away. So it's sort of doughy, it's like quite spongy. Wow. So I've bagged up the bannock just in a rag that I've got. I use this for water purification and got a few of them. Usually put that over the lip of my bottle, so you can sort of sift water through it, but it's good for wrapping up stuff like this and keeping it good. So that'll do me for a few days, so all that from a bit of flour, can't complain at that. So I'll go in the backpack. So there you have it, wee day out making a bit of bannock. I'm quite glad I came out now. Temperatures dropped quite a bit, it's getting quite late. I think I might finish my beer and have a wee tobacco pipe and enjoy the rest of the night and the last little bit of the embers. Beautiful night, unfortunately, wasting it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It's just a wee simple thing you can make when you're either camping or doing bushcraft, or as long as you have access to a fire, a metal plate, billy can. It's quite simple, just flour and water, and obviously the spices to give that extra flavour. So, as always, stay safe out there and enjoy the great outdoors. Missed him. Branch cover, but it was worth a try. That would have topped off the day. Nice little pigeon on the spit.